Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Clair Obscur. Last time we finally caught up with Expedition 69. Nice. This time, after failing miserably at doing anything and everything involved in combat last time, we're going to hopefully not fail quite as badly this time. That is the hope. Doesn't mean that's gonna happen. It's just the hope at this point. It's blue. Where's Eiffel 65 at again? That's a dated reference at this point. Okay. Again, it sounds like there are voices in the background. You probably can't hear them over the YouTube cut, but we try. The music here reminds me of either the first Shadow Hearts or Covenant. I don't remember which, but there's a song that has a similar effect in it. Hi. All right. I did make one change last time. I gave Verso a different weapon because I was struggling to get him out of D rank most of the time, and it was tedious, and I'm sure there's a better way. There will be, don't you worry about it. But we're gonna have to wait until the end of this episode or the start of the next one for me to do that. I need to get my ass into learning some new skills, and we're just not quite there yet. Apply some burn. Nice, starting off an Almighty Mask. We are going to apply Powerful to everyone. And we have put Quick Strike back on, and we removed Ascending Assault for Radiant Slash for groups. But we need to Quick Strike so that we can actually get him up a rank there. Nope. Well, it said he's going to attack slowly.
Let's push forward.
It was definitely slow. All right, let us go for the Terraquake.
Toughness of earth.
And you are, I guess, going to go for that. And the break.
Let's carve a path.
There we go. You're the only one who is, well, you're not lowered on HP. Let's go for perfect break anyway. No longer stunned. There's some more earth damage, and there's some thermal transfer, and another turn.
Not looking good.
And there's that again. Let us wildfire. Seeing her at low HP just reminds me of what we're going to be getting into at the at probably the end of the episode, if not the start of the next.
Yes.
All right. Finish them. Having Lune at low HP can be very beneficial if one has the appropriate skills. I do not currently have the appropriate skills. In order to get them, I need a few more levels. Do I heal Lune? Yeah, I probably should.
I know they're Nevrons, but witnessing the sorrow of others, I can't help but feel for them.
A noble but tremendously fatal impulse.
Minoko has been a source of great information here. He's always saying something cryptic, but also very entertaining. Also, if we go back to the save point here, this is the Sadness Vale. Now we have similar, but not the same enemy. Wildfire as an opening.
Violence.
Almighty Mask is nice. Let us go for the earthquakes. Dodged most of them.
Carve a path.
We will quick strike you. And there goes the burn. And here comes Mr. Boy with his masks, which look like the top hats from Monopoly. He has a unique mechanic where when you kill him, he will exhaust the entire party upon his death. If you have him as the first enemy you kill, that's a bad idea. If he is the last enemy, it does nothing. But that means you have to keep him around. That's not creepy much. I know I've said that a lot since we got here, and that's because everything we do around here is creepy. Very unsettling scenery.
Wow, wow, wow.
Some chroma. And I believe that's everything over there. So let's fight some more dudes. We have 2 flying guys this time. This time I'm gonna set up Terraquake just because it gives me an additional chance to hit some other enemies. We will use that on this guy.
Sweet taste of battle.
And then we get to do our caster things. Gives everybody powerful.
Your turn to dance.
There's the gradient counter. And this guy is going to start launching masks. The other guy is going to start launching masks. And I would assume they work like the previous versions of these guys.
Energized.
There's the Terraquake. And I would assume if we hit them, we apply shields to other enemies. Let's see here. Nope, it just does damage. So
Now.
we will apply exhaust.
Let's keep going.
And then I will... It doesn't matter what I do because you're dead. One of the downsides to being able to take out enemies before they get a chance to act is, 1, you don't learn their abilities, and 2, you get additional experience, which, when I'm trying to stay lower leveled, is kind of counter to what I'm hoping for. All right, over here,
Wow, wow.
we get that guy. Then we head down this path. And we grab this chroma. Before we head over to this guy. Now, this guy is very unique.
Your turn to shine.
I'm bad. He attacks again.
That's more like it.
I thought that was going to be a gradient counter, so I was pressing the wrong button. Jesus, how many attacks do you have? Holy shit. I did not think you had that many attacks. This guy has a unique mechanic. And that mechanic is... that he continues to go until you learn to bloody parry him. Once you manage to parry him, you can deal some damage. Counterattacks seem to weaken it. Carry on.
It's locked on you. Good. Nice.
Nope. Nope. And basically,
Good. Nice. That's better.
you don't get a turn until he decides you get a turn. I missed.
That's better.
Nope.
Ready to go.
You have to perfect parry him
That's better. Nice. Ready to go.
if you want to survive this fight.
Nice.
As you can
Let's
see,
dance.
nope, I did it again.
Good. Ready to go.
I almost have that one.
Ready to go. Good. Good.
Once you get to the point where he would naturally break, he breaks,
Time to hit big.
and then you get a turn. So let's try this without one character, and instead of wasting more time, we will just actually attempt to kill him. Now that we know how some of his parries work. But yeah, no dodging in this
Your turn to
fight.
shine.
What? Excuse you? I disagree. Let's try that again. Missing the very first hit after figuring out how the hits work is frustrating. One of the things about recording more than once in a sitting is that if I'm bad in the
Careful,
previous
Russell.
episode, I disagree. You're bad in the previous episode, and it's the same day. I'm going to blame my instruments. The controller doesn't work. No way I missed that.
Get ready.
Okay, we managed to not do absolutely terrible on the very first hit. This is progress. This is not very far progress. We'll try it.
I'm ready.
I hate taking a... I hate taking a death on so early in the fight, but it's apparently going to be unavoidable today. Oh, really? Not quite enough damage. There we go. And this time we didn't die for everyone. We only died for most of our characters. Let's get Verso back. Let us set up Powerful. And we will Quick Strike.
Overflowing with energy.
Okay, let us apply Slow, because that will give me more time to actually deal some damage here. There we go. And unfortunately, you are at full health. Speed Burst is probably the best choice here. Definitely. No longer stunned. Minoko does lots of break damage.
Foolish move.
That's unfortunate because I really wanted him to get that hit in.
I'm ready.
I disagree. I absolutely disagree on that one. Okay, he's broken again. Anytime he breaks, we get another chance. I am going to apply Slow again. This time right at the start. And then we'll revive Minoko.
I must exact revenge.
And I was hoping to apply Burn. There we go, finally. Thermal Transfer. I am going to go for the Blaze Earthquakes, because I need to do damage. And Wildfire will do more damage now.
Cut him down.
And Speed Burst? Yeah, Speed Burst. There we go. I have done more editing for that fight than I think any other fight that we've had so far. I kept dying at the start of the fight every time, so I just decided to start cutting out all of those terrible, terrible attempts. Okay, we got Augmented Counter 2, which does even more counterattack damage, which I guess makes sense considering who we just fought. And what else did we get? That was from the fight. That was also from the fight. Blast Cannon, 25% more damage, deal 25% more damage in return. Okay, we're going to take Augmented Counter 1 off of Minoko and put Augmented Counter 2 on, because why wouldn't we do that? And then on Lune here, we will take off Healing Share and put on Blast Cannon on you. Meanwhile, Minoko, we are going to remove defensive mode so we can put Augmented Counter 1 on. So this is going to be 25% more damage, and this is going to be 50% more damage. So our counterattacks are going to start doing stupid amounts more damage and more break damage than they already do, because of course break damage, the formula for which is tied into the amount of actual damage that you deal. Do we want to put anything else on you at the moment? No, not particularly. And you... No, I think I'm good. You do have a new weapon here. 30% increased break damage per earth stain. Recover 9 AP on stunning an enemy. That is very interesting. It's a little bit less damage, but having her as the big source of break damage could be really fun. I do like getting the random 2 stains though. It really expedites things of using her abilities. I think the her achievement that she gets for her combat mechanic is using a skill that consumes a stain like 4 turns in a row or something like that. If you haven't already gotten that, you will get it by the end of the game, especially when we start getting some stupid, ridiculous pictos later on. That is a very close choice. I think I'm going to stick with this one for now. We might change our mind on that later. All right, I have no idea where I am. I'm assuming... Oh yeah, now I know where I am. I was looking at the map, I was like, I don't remember what I just did. I did it like 2 minutes ago. I've already forgotten. Another giant mask. Yay. All right. Let us go up this direction. All the way up this side. And hiding in the corner over here. I missed. I missed. Yay! I did it. And this is why watching me play something like Stellar Blade, where I can't judge distances, might be fun. If you enjoy me failing against enemies, you know, let me know, and I can probably put that together at some point. But yeah, until... if not, I'll probably end up playing the game on my own sometime. Because it's been a while since I've played it, and it was a lot of fun. It's not a JRPG. It's more of an action game. It's got elements of... I have heard people say it has elements of the God of War games, as well as it's got like the dodge parry mechanic, and people have said it's similar to Sekiro in that regard. Anyway... Apply 1 burn there, and wildfire the group.
My, what lovely feet.
You and your feet. Blaze earthquakes is always the answer. I'm sorry, it just is.
My turn.
Always the answer. Is he dead? He is dead. Perfect. It's just such a powerful move. There's almost never a time where you don't want to use it. All right, let's go up here. And is this it? Yes.
Perfect.
Hello, creepy guy. We keep heading up. I believe there is another one of these. Now, Verso had said that there were a lot of expeditions that had weakened this one already. We've seen, this is what, the second or third of these that we found here so far?
Expedition 39. Owlbear. Edith's not back. So until then, we stay on recon. All these masks are freaking me out. Fucking creepy. I swear I could hear one of them singing. The Nevrons around here behave so strangely. Almost like they don't really want to kill us. They still do, though. This place is making me crazy. Maybe if I wore one of these masks, they'd leave me alone.
Very accurate. I swear I can hear some of the singing too. And you'll notice that the enemies specifically in this vale do not come after you. You must approach them. They will leave you alone. All right, that big jump. I love no fall damage. And it's a graveyard. There's so much to do and so much to look at that if you don't stop and pay attention to what's around you, you will miss a lot in this game. Mask connected to the axon. He who lives in between. Behind his veil, emotions swell. Or life forced to paint. What is he but a reflection of? Well, it's the veil of sadness. If you answer incorrectly, I believe you just get a chance to go again. It's been a while since I've said the wrong thing, but... Now you'll notice that the previous one gave us a quote-unquote boss, which is closer to a mini-boss, that featured the same enemies we've already been fighting, except one of them was glowing with red. This time, it's this one. So let's wildfire. Oh, we've got more of these masks. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess he's not going to do much in this fight. Luckily, Blaze Earthquakes is still a thing. I missed. So I'm not going to get anything, so that's not going to do anything. Let's hit those. There we go. Hey, that one actually landed. And then it died from burn. Okay. Fantastic. We get another new weapon. I like how it's even raining here, just to add to the atmospheric mood.
Yeah.
Oops, I interrupted that.
It definitely hurts him. I think I saw one more path.
That's good. We're weakening him.
This feels off.
Well, everything about this area feels a little bit off. It's weird. From further back, I fell down. That actually looked like It almost looked like the eyes of some creature that was hiding there. Go back in the footage if you're interested, but no damage fire. Still don't know why they didn't add damage effects like that, but I guess there's only so much you can add with such a small team. It's kind of weird. You approach a mask and then you just kind of pop through the other side. It's kind of weird how they had the paths like that.
Everything's destroyed.
Normally, I enjoy a little destruction, but this doesn't feel right.
It's rage.
Okay. Before we deal with that, I was just resetting my map. I missed something already. So let's head back here. See if I can not miss it this time. There it is. I did not turn around. Not like it's super important,
An
but
advantage.
I do want to show everything if I can. And we can skip that cutscene. Not that it saves a lot of time, but it does save a little bit. These ones will not leave you alone. These ones will chase you.
A storm is coming.
And these ones come with even more shields than the previous ones. An interesting thing that you could do is the Tremor ability damages all enemies and destroys all enemy shields. But I need to build up in order to do that, so it's not really ideal for this purpose in this fight. We will do Wildfire because we get one hit on each of them, plus we'll also get another hit on subsequent turns. And we will do Blaze Earthquakes. We will get rid of those, apply Powerful, Quick Strike.
A storm is coming.
And seeing 4 different colors in my stains chart, shield, whatever it is, makes me think there's another ability that I should be getting soon. Let us thermal transfer. Get ourselves another turn. Apply more burn, because they are weak to it. Watch them almost fall down. Ow. Normal attack. Oh, figured that would have killed you. Aw, I wanted to do perfect break. I didn't need to, but I wanted to. All right. Now, what did we have in this area? Of course, my map is blocking it off. Okay, I blocked off the fact that there is only an enemy in this part of the screen. Okay, that's fine. It looks like there should be stuff that you can like sneak up to up here and stuff like that, but also that like it's almost like a spine made up of bones. I know that sounds stupid, but you know what I mean. At least if you're paying attention to the screen. If I'm second monitor, then I guess not. But you can look at the other monitor. Hi. I need an adult? As you can probably figure, this is the Anger Veil.
What have we here?
Apparently that one has already been destroyed. Still scary though. Alright, so we got that. Go fight these guys.
No margin for error.
No margin for error? Are you sure? Terraquake. Nice.
My, what lovely feet.
Stop thinking about feet. Do that on your own time. Caster. Sure, let's do that.
Ready to strike.
Still haven't taken that off of him. These ones do not have the same effect as the ones in the Sadness Veil. Just so you know. So you can just finish them off.
Let's push forward.
There's the big, remember, every time he would apply Mark Verso, that was the weapon I chose to put on the one that we were looking at the end of the last episode. Every time that we would apply Mark, instead we apply Burn. So he's already got, what is that, 15 burn stacks? He is not long for this world. Mayhem it is. And you died in 1 of 4 hits. Okay, let's go this way. And over there we get Chroma. Simple leaves flittering in the breeze. It would almost be calm if it wasn't for all the oranges, the ominous music, the eerie sunset, the fact that everything here wants to kill me, you know, par for the course from this game. Right.
A bit of violence, yes.
Earthquakes. There we go.
You're outmatched.
Yeah, we'll quick start.
Faster.
Chroma is flowing.
And I can mayhem one of these guys. Let's do it. There we go. Didn't even need to break him. There's the nice parry.
Watch out.
Nope. Minoko,
Well, I'm embarrassed.
you should be. You make me look weak.
A bit of violence, yes.
All right, and what are we gonna do here? I was expecting that to kill you, but oh well.
Chroma is flowing.
I was hoping it would kill him and then I would get more AP so that I could finish off that one, but Luna can do that as well. Okay. And there's a revive tint. Now over here is the one I was thinking of, where you can actually go all the way down there. I will go the other way. Let's see here. So there was camp, so there's another path on the right and another path on the left. blue amidst all my oranges and reds. Something is wrong here. Something is definitely wrong here. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to finish off all the enemies in the area first. That way I know that I've completed all the enemies and I don't fight them more than once. There's some wildfire. There's some powerful.
You're outmatched.
There's... I can perfect break.
Break.
There we go. Instantly into S. And Terraquake.
Toughness of earth.
Gets ready to counterattack. I'm assuming he is in parry mode at this point. So I will not attack you directly. Instead, I will ignore what I just said and just use Blaze Earthquakes anyway. He's not taking any reduced damage, but he does counterattack.
Ready to strike.
There we go. Get him back up. And there's the Terraquake. I could have left Minoko to be dead for this fight since he's so over-leveled, but oh well.
Good stuff.
Double burn. Burn application is increased by 1 stack. So it's kind of a misnomer. It is not double. It is increased by 1. So let's throw that on Verso since that makes sense. We'll take Confident Fighter off. Do I want to take that off? Not really. I kind of like having that on him. So double burn. Burn application is increased by 1 stack. I'm assuming that's per hit. Yeah, we'll put it over there. I need to work on it regardless. We will come back to that door in a moment. I just want to finish off what's left of this area. Which includes these guys.
The toughness of earth.
There is no particular reason why I use Terraquake or Wildfire to start fights. I just use anything.
Faster. My, what lovely feet.
Because it's more interesting than just doing the same thing every time. I say that as I use the same move with Minoko in almost every fight because it's so bloody broken.
Let's keep going. Let's shake the earth.
Big break damage.
Leko, get ready.
There we go. Bye-bye. Alright, now that I think about it, I'm starting to be able to deal
That will
enough
help.
damage with enough different attacks that I might be able to go back to that guy in the Gestural Village and finally take him out. The one that wanted me to deal 9,999 in a single attack. I am not going to talk to you yet. This is the path that we saw from below there. Ooh, free item. Give me that item. Yeah. Don't be tempted by the trap. All right, we're definitely doing wildfire this time because we get additional damage from it. And quick strike. And it probably won't break him. But it did anyway, so that's fine.
Chroma is flowing.
And thermal transfer. go. And paradigm shift, I guess. Abest wind.
A bit of violence, yes.
And you're on caster. I will avoid using Blaze Earthquakes in this fight, even though normally I wouldn't. And let's use Ice Lance. Resistant to ice.
It likes you.
Nope. I always flinch on that one for some reason, but he's now in the HP range I want him in. So that's good. So we'll Berserk Slash.
I've got this.
What lovely feet.
And something that's not going to do stupid amounts. I'm going to normal attack him. He's dead anyway. All right.
Nice.
We get powered attack. When dealing damage, try to consume 1 AP. Successful, increase damage by a certain percentage. You are working on double burn. You have augmented counter 2, which is kind of what I want you to have. Lune. You know what? How's my levels here? Now's probably a good time to swap up some characters. So let's swap Lune for CL. And you have a new weapon. What are you working on right now? The uber powerful one. On turn start, gain shield if at least one sun charge is active. I think I'm going to stick with this one. It just does stupid amounts of damage at this point. So dark damage is also really good in this area in the first place. During Twilight, all damage dealt is converted to dark damage and increases the amount of dark damage you do with skills. There is one other thing to think about here. Exposing attack I want to stay on. Powerful shots I'm keeping on for the health. Piercing shot I think was just there for the crit rate and the health. So we'll take that off and put on powered attack. And did I want to apply anything else to you right now? No, I think you're good. So yeah, we'll keep with that party for the moment. And I believe... Was he hiding anything back here? No. And I think that's everything over there. Which means there are only 2 things left to do on this this Vale here. One of them is the mask, but that warps us back, so let's go and check out that door. The problem with the doors is that they, when you enter them, they respawn everything in the area, all the enemies. And if you're trying not to get obscenely overleveled like I already am, then that's kind of a problem.
Ow, wow, wow.
Verso. Have we heard Verso yet? have no idea how I'm supposed to play those, but there we go. Each character has a different way of playing the piano.
Art can be a window, and art can be a mirror. And great art is both. Son, you'll never be a true artist if there's always a mask between you and the viewer, especially when the viewer is you.
It's good advice, though that voice is definitely familiar. It's funny, I was, I don't know what I was watching. I was on YouTube. I found a random video, and it was showing Andy Serkis, the voice actor for Gollum, reading the novel, probably for like Audible or something like that. And the interesting thing about what I was watching is you see this guy's voice change so dramatically. Strangely enough, his normal voice, or at least the voice that he was reading like the narration with, sounded a lot like Renoir. The voice cast for this game is insane. Yeah, it is actually Gollum who voices Renoir. Also, the line we just heard was also indeed Renoir. It speaks. He who cannot fight fate, behind his scowl emotions blaze, but in the shadows his temper fades. What am I but a mask of anger?
Minoko, get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I got it. All right. I would like to quick strike while I'm in that. All right, we have some extra points here, so let's do that. Then we'll go for the earthquake.
Energized.
Get powerful on everyone. CL is here now. Basically, her strategy at this point is to get burning on everyone. Actually, hold that thought. That is the strategy we're about to get. We don't have it quite yet. Let us start with Rush. You're going to launch some masks.
I'll manage.
Wow, that was easy. So there's burning on you. You know what? Let's just keep doing it. He's at 10 burn stacks right now. 14, 16, 18, 26. His weapon is the ultimate in burn application. 42 burn stacks. 44 burn stacks.
Violence. Your turn to dance.
I flinched. He gets an extra turn. Gets ready to counterattack. Well, you're definitely going to counterattack, but I'm also just going to hit you. and you fall down. So yeah, the Verso burn experiment is kind of a success. He's kind of broken. And this is why I wanted to do the playthrough the way that I've done it so far. It's just experimenting with different builds that I didn't try the first time around. I never used Verso as a burn application unit before. I never really thought to do that. Like, he did it a little bit, especially like really late game with one of his builds. But at that point, everybody applied stupid amounts of burn.
I think that's all of them.
We should be able to fight the Axon properly now.
Let's answer this thing's invitation.
And with that, sadly, I'm going to have to heal Verso. Don't want to, but I kind of want to have access to all of my revives in case I decide to muck up whatever comes next. Speaking of what comes next, we have the ability to start getting new skills now. We could get some really useful ones, and I'm considering whether or not we just go for the Gusto at this point, which is the Elemental Trick into Elemental Genesis combination, but I don't think we quite have the proper setup for it yet. The other option is to go into Lightning and use Lightning Dance, or to do Crippling Tsunami, which is basically like Ice Lance, except it hits all enemies and it's more powerful. Still applies slow. It's a good skill. I got this one really early in my first playthrough, and it was very valuable for pretty much the whole game. Typhoon is an interesting one. You'll notice how there is one elemental skill for each element that basically sets up a damage tick every time that Lune gets a turn. This one also heals us at the start of her turn. This one can be very valuable. The Stormcaller, this one does a very small amount of lightning damage, but it also adds a little bit of extra damage when the enemy is being hit. So this one could have applications, especially if you're using lots of multi-hit attacks against it. This one, I'm not sure if this one's only 3 turns like the rest of them, or if this one keeps going. But the extra damage that happens on her turn starts at 250% and will presumably increase, even though it doesn't specifically say that. And the only downside is it's interrupted, and Lune is stunned as soon as she takes a hit. So I would have to build her around having Mael cover for her, which makes it not really the best skill. It's probably the weakest of all of them, to be honest. We get additional break damage this way, which is always helpful. We get healing here, and we get stupid amounts of damage depending on how we set up our team. This one, we get damage, but it's glass cannon damage. So anyway, Hell is stupid and overpowered, and we're going to be using that endgame, so I'm not going to get it yet. So I'm thinking that we're going to do the cold. You know what? We haven't been using any lightning skills, and we already use cold skills. Let's do this one. Verso, my friend. Let's make you better. You know that build that I was working on, you know, that we were trying to use where we needed him to be at 1 HP, and then I switched weapons because we couldn't really keep him at 1 HP? Well, this sets his health to 1 HP. And I could have gotten this before, I just didn't want to completely break him right at the start of the episode. Follow-up is another interesting skill. This one does additional damage per free aim shot fired on his turn. So this one requires him basically to be an S rank to get as many hits off as possible. This will be even better later in the game. It's one of his better skills, to be honest. Think I might get it now. You know what? Instead, I'm going to do Light Holder. Light Holder is extremely good. Basically, the idea here is you start with Quick Strike on your first turn, and on your second turn you use Light Holder, you're instantly in S rank. So I think I'm going to get this. And I'm going to get this. Mael. Speaking of burn machines, 500% fire over 3 hits, applies 5 burn per hit for 15 burn stacks. Inoffensive applies 2 more per hit for a total of 21 burn stacks. Also, we can use that double burn thing to apply even more. Plus, she probably has a weapon that will make stupid use of this. And done. Arguably, it would be more useful to just pick up a good stun move because she really doesn't have one yet. And this uses a lot of AP. It's a 9 AP attack. But still, it's going to be fun. Yes, CL. Now, I have started on both sides, and I've ignored certain skills. This one can be useful. That's fine. Any of the ones that cleanse status effects really don't matter that much. If an ally has a status effect, oftentimes they're just going to end up dying anyway, and you just revive them. Intervention is broken. We're going to use that endgame. Plentiful Harvest. I bumped the mic. And I thought that this would be really useful in my first playthrough, and I never managed to figure out how to make it super useful. But anyway, it's there. Fortune's Fury is also extremely broken. We're using that endgame. Our Sacrifice is one of the most damaging attacks in the game, potentially. Twilight Dance does damage, and if done during Twilight, extends Twilight by a turn. If you can get a setup that gives her stupid amounts of AP every turn, she can basically live in Twilight stance or Twilight form, whatever mode, and it's stupid. Final Path is a stunning ability that does stupid amounts of damage and applies Foretell instead of consuming it. Broken. Card Weaver, I'm surprised I didn't get this earlier on, but it's basically her ability to do a little chip shot and then play a second turn, so that's nice. All Set applies all of our basic buffs, which I basically made a beeline for in my first playthrough. Delaying Slash is a way of delaying an opponent's turn, which can be extremely valuable. Darkwave. It doesn't seem like it would be this great thing. It's only 300% damage. It hits all enemies. It deals 25% more damage per Foretell, and it consumes all of it on completion. This hits all enemies. So the idea here is to pair her with Lune Wildfire, Searing Bond to apply 5 Foretell to every enemy, then Darkwave to completely utilize all of that Foretell. It'll be even worse if you use her weapon, which makes it apply 10 instead of 5. So you got to think it's 300% damage. Plus you could use this in Twilight for an additional increase in damage. Plus, if it has 10 Foretell on them, that's 250% additional damage. It's kind of a broken setup if you need to take out a lot of enemies at the same time. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Yeah, I think we'll leave that for now, and I think their next thing she'll work on is Delaying Slash. So I'm going to set up some of my new abilities and put all of my points probably, or most of my points at least, into agility. And then at the start of the next episode, we'll go over the setup real quick. And then we will head on into the last path. Finally confront the Axon themselves. All for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.